Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. So in today's video in JavaScript, we are going to talk about three important functions in JavaScript on the array with map, filter, and reduce. So you can easily manipulate the data of the array with the help of these three functions. Okay, so these three functions are very straightforward, very easy to write, very easy to implement and the maintain. You don't need to write unnecessary complex logic and a lot of boilerplate code you can easily save with these three functions. And whenever you have to manipulate the data, you can easily manipulate the data of the array. You will see a couple of other practical examples also here. So what I'll do here is I'm going to create a file here, and let's see, my file name is arrays methods.js file that I'm going to create here. So for example, let's start with a simple basic thing that I'm going to have one, let's see, numbers, which is equal to some array. I'm having it. So let's see, only one, two, three different elements are there. It's a numeric array. And in this particular array, what I want. So first function that we are going to talk about is, what do you mean by a map function? Okay. So on this particular numbers, we have to apply map. So here I'm writing numbers dot map, and see this numbers dot map says that we have to take one callback function, and this calls a defined callback function on each element of the array and returns the array that contains the result. It means you can create one callback function, and then whatever the manipulation that you are doing, the element, whatever the element that you are having, like 1 2 3, and then it will create another array. So map function will always return another array. It will create a new array. Okay, so let's see how to use this. So here I'm going to write map, and then you put a bracket here like this, and I'm going to create a callback function, and whatever the variable that which is coming in your mind, for example, let's see, variable name is e. That's it. And then after that, you have to write this arrow function as a callback function that you have to use it. And then this E is representing the element of this particular numbers. It means we are instructing that E, you go to the numbers one by one. So E is equal to one first time. And on this particular E, what exactly the manipulation you want to do. So let's say I'm saying E multiply by 2 here like this. It means each and every number will be multiplied by 2. So E will automatically go to each and every element of numbers array, multiply by 2, and this function actually will return another array. So here, for example, let's see here, what exactly I'm doing. I'm actually doubling the number. Okay, so let's see here, I'm writing that double numbers, which is equal to this. So double numbers, if I'm printing it on the console, it should be 2, 4, and 6. So let's see, I'm just printing it, and then it should give me 2, 4, 6. So how to run this particular code? Let's run it. So here I'm writing that arrays method.js, and you can see 246 is actually coming it over here. So any kind of manipulation that you really want to do on a specific array, you can do it, or any kind of calculation, you can do it here. Remember, the map will always return the new array here. Okay, let's take one more example of the map. Fahrenheit to Celsius. So what is the formula? The temperature, right? The Fahrenheit temperature to Celsius. So for example, let's see, some Fahrenheit temperature is 32, and then you have to convert that into a Celsius. So the formula is always, you must have seen that in our college time also, that F minus C. It means whatever the Fahrenheit minus 32, and then you have to multiply with 5 divided by 9. So this is a standard formula that we always use to convert the Fahrenheit to Celsius. So what I'll do here, see this, I'll create one array. Okay, so let's see, I'm going to create that Fahrenheit temperature. So let's see, I'm writing, this is my Fahrenheit temperature element. Okay, the array data is available with Fahrenheit temperature. So for example, let's see, 32, then randomly I'm taking some numbers, 86, comma, 104, comma, let's see, 212. So these are the, let's see, 4 temperatures in the Fahrenheit that I have written. And then what I'll do, I'm going to create a function here. Okay, so let's create a function, and the function name I'm writing Fahrenheit to Celsius function that I'm going to write it here. And this function takes one parameter that is called that, okay, you have to give me the temperature in the Fahrenheit. So here I'm writing that, okay, I'm just writing Fahrenheit temperature, you have to give it FAH. Okay, So this number will be given to this particular Fahrenheit to Celsius, and then I'm simple writing one return, and whatever the calculation that we are having it, the same calculation that I'm doing it over here, that FAH minus 32, and then what, multiply by 5 divided by 9. This is a standard formula. You can check it on Google also. So let's see, this is the function that we have created. Now, what exactly we are going to do, that we are now going to use the map function on this particular Fahrenheit temperature. So I'm going to write dot map over here. And under this particular map, the same thing. Can I do this? This Fahrenheit to temperature calculation is already done. And I simply say, okay, fine. I'm just going to call this particular function from here. Okay. So Fahrenheit to Celsius, a function that I'm going to call it. And after that, that's it. Okay, so what will happen in that case? In that case, simple write dot map and then call that particular function, and it will return what? It will return the new array to me, which is giving me the Celsius temperature. Okay, another array. So Celsius temperature it's going to give, and then I'm going to print the Celsius temperature, that I'm going to write console.log, and then let's write this Celsius temperature here. Let's see what exactly it is printing. So let's run it. So now when I run it, here you can see the equivalent of 32 in Celsius will be 0, 68 will be 20, then 30, then 104 to 40, and then 100 over here. So here you don't need to write any callback function like this. You just simple, because this now Fahrenheit to Celsius will behave like a function or callback function for me. And you don't need to create any E variable and all those things. You can directly call this particular function. So what exactly this map function will do, map function will take each and every variable from here, and it will automatically pass it to this particular FAH parameter. And by calling this particular function, because we are calling this particular function over here. So you don't need to call it like this. Okay, don't call it like this. You can just simply pass the method name or the function name here, and FAH value will be picked automatically from here with the help of map, and that's it. So see, we are getting the equivalent degree Celsius over here. Okay, so this is a simple example that we have seen. Now let's talk about the next function for today. Is we are going to talk about the filter. Filter is also popular. It means we have to filter what? The filter the data from the array. So for example, let's say I'm going to create one simple number array, which is equal to what? Let's see, again, some numbers I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I want that I just want to check or give me all the even numbers. So let's see, I'm just writing up to 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10. So between 1 to 10, give me all the even numbers. Write it here, that number dot a filter method that I'm going to write here. And then filter again. What? The filter function will create a new array once again. It will also return a new array with all the element that pass the specific condition that you are writing. It means what exactly you're filtering condition. Okay, so that's what it says, a function that accepts up to 3 arguments. The filter method calls the predicate function. Predicate function means the Boolean function, you can say that, or in the form of conditional function that we have to write one time for each element in the array. It returns the elements of the array that meet the Boolean condition that you are writing it in the callback function. So what exactly I'm going to do, that I'm just going to write a filter, and again I'm creating the bracket here, and whatever the variable name that you want to write, let's say I'm writing E once again. You can write any variable name, A, B, C, D, whatever you want to write, you can write it here. Again, I'm creating this arrow function, and then I'm saying E, you go to the number one by one, and then how will you check the number is even number or not? So simple write modulus 2, which is equal to, and then I'm writing 0 over here. Okay, so I'm checking that E is modulus 2 is equal to a 0. Then in that case, that's it. And then it will return what? So let's see, here I'm saying even number array, it will return. You don't need to write any square bracket here. This even number will automatically be an array. And when you write it with the console.log and then print this particular even number, let's see what exactly the output. So output will be, it will just give me the even numbers. So I'm just going to run it here once again, and the same class. And here you can see that we are getting the even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 from this particular array. That's it. So pretty simple. Okay. Now let's take a better example for the filter. So let's take one real-time example on the array that we are going to apply, where in this particular array, we have some data in the form of some object, the JavaScript object that we are having. So what exactly I'm going to create, let's see, for example, that I'm going to create one employee array. This employee array, which is equal to like this. And in this particular employee array, I'm writing some names here. Let's see, name equal to John, age is equal to 30. And then I'm creating one more um, property, which is, let's see, gender. Okay. Gender is equal to, so John is what? John is, let's see, here I'm writing male here. Okay. Like this. And instead of equal to, write colon here. So likewise, let's see, I really want to provide three more values, 2 and 3, and let's see, 4 values that I really want to apply. Okay, let's write Peter, age is, let's see, 55, and Peter is male. So this is the array that we have created. You can see square bracket, and this particular array is having some employee. Okay, employee object, it's having it. Now, what exactly I'm going to do that? I'm going to apply a filter. So here I'm writing that employee dot, see this filter function that I'm going to write. And then again, I'm writing this one and create any variable which is coming in your mind, whatever the variable name. Let's say I'm writing EMP. EMP is representing this particular employee. So this EMP will go to the first 0th index. This is the 0th index. This is second index, first index, second index, third, and fourth index, right? So it will go to the 0th index, and from there, what exactly you want. So from here, what I want, again, I'm going to create one arrow function. And now I can write a condition here that something where, for example, I'm looking for, give me all the employees where gender is equal to female and age is, let's see, greater than 25, right? Or let's see, greater than 30, something like this. So whatever the condition that you really want to write, you can write it here. So here I'm writing that you return what? EMP dot, and then this EMP is actually pointing to the first one, and then how to fetch the property. So first I really want to apply that. Okay, it's on the basis of gender. So here I'm writing this employee gender is equal to what? If it is equal to, I'm looking for the female employees, and what? Again, I'm writing this employee dot age should be greater than what? It should be greater than, let's see, 30 in that case. If it is like that, that you have to return only those particular employees. And when you return, so what will happen? Can I store in this particular array? Because the map function, sorry, filter function will always give you another array here. So let's see, here I'm writing, let's see, only female employee, which is equal to this. And here I'm writing female employee over, let's see, over 30. Okay, giving such a nice name. And then after that, I'm just going to print this particular console.log, the new array that we have captured here like this. Okay, so condition that I have written, the employee gender should be female and employee.age should be greater than 30. It means we have only one employee where gender equal to female and Lisa is greater than 30, because Priya is not greater than 30. So we should get only Lisa with 40 and gender equal to female. So when we run this, let's see what happens over here. So I'm going to run it. And here you can see that we are getting only information for Lisa here. You can see Lisa, age 40 and male, or sorry, female. Then I'm saying, okay, no, the age should be greater than 20. Then you can say that Priya is also greater than 20 and Lisa is also greater than 20. Then in that case, if I'm running it again, then in that case, it's giving me Lisa and Priya both. Perfect. So this is also fine. So here you can write the filter. Let's see, 5,000 employees are there or 100 employees are there, and whatever the condition that I really want to write. So this is called a predicate condition or Boolean condition. Here we can write. And then this callback function, whatever the parameter that you are passing, this parameter will go to each and every element of the employee array. And then on the basis of this particular condition, it will start fetching the values here. Okay. So this is about the filter part. Now, the third function that we are going to talk about, the reduce. This is something interesting and different. So what do you mean by reduce? So reduce is another array function where reduce says that applies to a function to each and every element of the array to reduce it to a single value. So for example, let's see, I have some array. So let's see, again, I'm writing the array name is, let's see, num array, which is equal to some numbers I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So what is the count of this particular array? Overall counts 5 plus 4, 9 plus 3, 12 plus 2, 14 plus 1 is equal to 15. So I really want to get the count of all the numbers which is given over here. So we can apply the reduce. It means it will not return the exact array. It will return the specific value. It will accumulate everything together, and then whatever the calculation that you are doing, for example, my calculation is that I really want to add all these numbers, and then you return the sum of all the numbers in this particular array. So how exactly it will work? So let's see, for example, again, I'm writing, this is the num dot reduce function that we can write it. And here, see this carefully. This reduce function will take two things. Okay, let me show you once again. This reduce function says that if you just simply come back here and call the specified callback function for the element in the array, the first is parameter, that is callback function. Second one is the initial value. And in the callback function also, a function that accept up to 4 arguments, the reduce method calls the callback function one time for each element in the array. What does it mean? So first of all, that the reduce function says that we have to create two variables here. Okay. Variable name is, let's see, accumulator, comma, number. So this accumulator is what? Which will accumulate the data. It means which will hold the final output, right? And number is what? The number is actually pointing to each and every element of number array or this particular array. And whatever the calculation that you are doing in every iteration, fill this particular data. This name, you can write anything, whatever. Let's say I'm writing accumulator means which will accumulate the result over here after each and every iteration. And finally, we will get the accumulator number. So these are the two parameters, first of all, that we have to pass it over here. And the second parameter, or here, first of all, it should represent a callback function. So first you have to write one arrow, this arrow function, and what exactly you want. So I want this accumulator plus what? Number. So what is the value of number first time? The value of number first time is equal to 1. And here I'm writing comma, what exactly the initial value of the accumulator. So initial value of the accumulator, you can see the initial value should be a number. Initial value, I'm writing that, okay, fine, start with 0 over here like that. And that's it. So how exactly it will work? The initial value that we have to supply, otherwise number is already pointing to this num array, and the number is equal to 1. But the initial value of accumulator will be 0 after that, right? And then what exactly it will do? First time, 0 plus 1 is equal to 1 in the first iteration. So let's see, in the first iteration, the number will be 1. So let me just simple write it here, that in the first iteration, what will happen? Accumulator is what? 0. The number is equal to 1, which is equal to 1. Then in the second iteration, what will happen? What is the value of accumulator now? The value of accumulator is 1 now. Okay. So remember, accumulator plus number, it will give the value to the accumulator only. Okay. So now the accumulator is what? The accumulator is 1 here plus what? Plus the next number is equal to 2, which is equal to 3. Now in the third iteration, what will happen? In the third iteration, it will be 3 plus 3 is equal to 6 because accumulator is 3 and the next number is actually 3 over here. Now in the fourth iteration, what will happen? 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. And in the fourth iteration, again, accumulator is a 6 and the next number is what? 4, which is equal to 10 here. Now the final iteration will happen, that fifth iteration. In the fifth iteration, accumulator is what? 10 and the number is pointing to 5, which is equal to 15. And now the array is completed. So this 15 will be returned from this particular reduce function. And when we return, what exactly we do? We store it in some variable, let's see over here. And in the next line, let's see, I'm printing the console.log and let's print the sum over here. Okay. So see this, we don't need to write any for loop and everything, and just simple say accumulator comma number, and then simple store the accumulator with 0 initial value, and then number is always pointing to the first value over here. It's not about only 0, because right now we are adding 0 because we really want to start the counting from here, and then we really wanted, okay, 1 plus 0, and then store inside the accumulator and keep adding these numbers over here. So let's see, are we really getting the sum is 15 or not? So let me just clear the console and run it here. So you can see, yes, 15, we are getting it. Perfect. So this is a reduce function that we can write it here. Let's take some more example of reduce. Let's see, I really want to find out another, interview question, for example, that you have to find out the maximum number in the array, right? How will you find out maximum number in the array? So for example, let's see, I have one array. The array name is a top array, which is equal to some numbers are there. For example, let's say 10, comma 5, comma, let's say 25, comma 8, comma 30, and then let's see 15. These are the numbers. And what is the maximum number? The maximum number in this array is 30. So we have to write in such a way with the help of reduce function. So simple writing, see this, what exactly I'm doing, top dot reduce. And same example, similar kind of thing that we have to use. So here I'm going to write two things, in which variable you really want to accumulate. So it's not about only ACC or accumulate, any variable name you can write it. For example, my accumulator number is max, some max number I'm writing, comma, and then I'm writing one variable, which is num over here. So num will go to the top array one by one. And then what exactly you want, then I'm writing one arrow. It means a callback function, and what kind of calculation that you really want to do. So here, let's see, my calculation is that I'm writing one if condition here. And whatever the number, the first current number, which is here number, if it is greater than what? If it is greater than max number, right? If it is greater than max number, then you do what? Then you say simple return the number from here. And then else, then what do you want? Else you return the max number from here. Simple calculation. So what will happen in this case? See this carefully. So number is what? First time. And then also we have to give the initial value of the max, just like we have given comma 0, right? So here we have to give the initial value also. So initial value is what? Once this callback function is completed, and then here we have to give what? Initial value of this will be, let's see, by max number, initial value is equal to 10. So I cannot write 10 hard-coded value here. So can I say that, okay, fine, this is your a top array, and then you supply 0 over here like this, right? So this is my initial value. This initial value top 10, 0 is equal to 10 will be given to max. And let's see, my first time, the max is equal to what? The first time max is equal to 10. And the number is also what? Number is also initial value 10. So it will go and check that your number 10 is greater than 10. No, condition is false. So it will say, okay, return max. It means max is still 10. Okay. Then in that case, what is the next iteration? Number is equal to 5 now. Then again, it will go and check here that the 10 is greater than 5. No, 10 is not greater than 5. Oh, sorry, 10 is number is greater than 5. So number is what? 5 is greater than 10. No, that is not true. This is false. So it will not, condition will not be satisfied, and return the max. So max is again 10. Then the next time number is 25, because this number will keep iterating this particular top array. Then again, it will check that 25 is this time greater than 10. Yes, condition is satisfied. Then you return the number. Okay, so what exactly it will return? Now it will return 25 over here. So it will return 25. Now what will happen again? The max will be, because 25 will be returned, will be given to this particular max, because this max will accumulate whatever this callback function is returning. Now in that case, my max will be 25. Okay. And then what is the number? The next number is 8 over here. So again, 25 is greater than 8. Yes, condition is again satisfied. So condition is again, sorry, 8 is greater than 25. Once again, no, condition is not satisfied. It means return the current max value only. So current max value was 25. So it will return 25. Then what is the next value? The next value of number is equal to 30. Then it will go and check the number is equal to what? The 30, and the current max value was 25. 30 is greater than 25. Yes. So return what? Return the same number. It means return 30 to the accumulator. And the accumulator will be what? Accumulator will be 30 in that case. And the next number is what? The next number is 8. Again, it will go and check that 8 is greater than 30 or not. No, condition is not satisfied. So what is the current max number? The current max number is 30. The 30 will be given to the max number here, and the program is over, because after 15 we don't have anything. So this entire reduce function, what will return? Whatever the last value of the max is accumulating. Here I can store in some variable. For example, let's see, some constant variable or let variable that I'm writing. Here I'm writing this is my max number, which is equal to this. And after the entire this calculation, here I'm writing this console.log and the max number here. So let's see, the max number should be 30 in that case. Simple. So let's run it and let's see. So yeah, it's giving me 30 here. If I'm, let's see, tomorrow, if I'm passing 100, then it should give me 100 here. See, 100. So I'm giving you one assignment. Just write it in the comment section that you have to find out the minimum number in the array by using the reduce. Okay. So let me remove this 100 from here. Let it be like this. So this is also a simple function. With the reduce, we can use it. Okay. Remember, this is also important for interview point of view. Now let's talk about one more function here. One more example here. Let's see, I have a cart. Okay, the shopping cart. In this particular shopping cart, I have some items. So let's see, I have some item name and their pricing information is there. So my job is that we have to find out that the all the items and give me the calculation of the price. It means total price count in my cart. Let's see, I have added 5 items in my cart, and what is the total amount of all the items? It means total amount of the price for all the items. So let's see how to write it. So let's see, I'm going to create one variable once again, that this is my cart. Let's see, writing items, which is equal to, once again, I'm writing in the form of array. And 2 properties that I'm going to write, that is item name. So let's see, some item name. I'm just simple adding, let's see, jeans, comma, and let's see the price. I'm writing some price is, let's see, something $500, something like this. Okay, whatever. Okay, $500 or INR, whatever you want to write. So let's see, item number 2, 3, 4, 5. These few items I'm adding it over here. So let's see, the second item that I'm writing, some shirt, and the shirt is around, let's see, $300. Okay. And the third item that I'm writing, let's see, some shoes, and the shoes is around $1,000. Then the next item that I'm writing, let's see, one hat, and hat is around $100. And let's see, one more item that I'm writing, which is, let's see, one t-shirt. Okay. So one t-shirt is around, let's see, $400, something like this. So 4-5 items, let's see, I have added in my cart. So what I'm expecting that, okay, it should give me the total cart count or the pricing count. So 500 plus 300, 800, 1800 plus 100, 1900 plus 400 will be 2300 should be the output in that case. So how to write it? So again, we have to create one accumulate, which will hold the pricing information one by one. So I simple write the reduce function that I'm going to write here. Once again, these 2 brackets. And then again, 2 variables that I'm going to write, that let's see, this is my accumulator, that total price, or let's see, total only. And then you go to each and every item. It means I'm creating item variable, whatever the variable name that you want to write, item, you go to each and every variable. So first it will go to name jeans and price equal to 500 in that case. Then again, I'm writing one callback function, and here I'm writing a simple calculation. So here I'm writing that, okay, whatever the initial total, so I declare the initial total with 0, and whatever the item that you are looking, dot price here. And the initial value is what of the total? 0 here. because we have to give the initial value, right? Just like we give it over here. Okay, here top 0, and there also we have given the initial value 0. So here I'm writing the initial value of the total 0. Now you just keep fetching the price and keep adding with the total here like that. Okay. And once you get the whole item, so item will go to 500, 500 plus total, 500 plus 0, 500. Then again 500 plus 300, 800. Like this, it will just keep adding. So 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 10, 1800, 1900, and 4, 2300. So here I'm storing in another variable, the variable name that I'm writing, let's see, total cost. I'm writing it here like this. And then in the next line, I'm printing it, that console dot log, and then the total cost I'm printing. So let's see what is a cart information or cart total count that I'm getting. 2300. Perfect. Absolutely working fine here. If I'm removing, let's see, one product from the cart. Okay, now let's see. Here you can see now 1900 because we have removed 400 from there. Again, I'm adding it. Let's run it again. Again, we are getting 2300 on the console here. So with these functions, you can save a lot of lines of code, and the calculation also very easy. Plus, it is more readable, more you can easily maintain, and this is saving a lot of, I would say, number of lines of code. You don't need to write any complex logic that one by one you are fetching it, then writing a loop, writing a conditions, and all those things. You can easily reduce that kind of code. So remember, the reduce will always give you the final value of the accumulator, and the first variable is always that the term is itself is called the accumulator variable. So these are the three important functions that we have seen. The first function map, the second function is filter, and the third function is reduce. I hope it's clear. So please prepare this. We are going to use in our framework also later when we design it. And it's very, very important for your interview point of view also. So that's all for this particular video, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and God bless you all.